The first day I met Pastor Chris, and my wife was in UK, and I remember coming out and saying, how was it? How was it?
Our Uebert family, welcome again to Direct TV, bringing to you the truth with Brother Joshua. Right in today's video, we are still in the mood and in the celebration of our dear man of God, Reverend Dr. Chris. And the amazing part was that, I can't imagine Pastor Chris's birthday without the man of God by person of Prophet Uebert Angel in it. And this year's, celebration was not exception. So during the birthday party, all right, the man of God, Prophet Uebert Angel, was there. Okay, but while I'm bringing this video, I came across this particular video where he was talking about the man of God, Pastor Chris, and I believe a lot of you will be inspired, especially that this time and period is Pastor Chris's birthday. Kindly watch this. I'll be right back.
The first day I met Pastor Chris, and my wife was in UK, and I remember coming out and saying, how was it? How was it? I said, I met a Christian, and see his reaction and measure spiritually what's happening. And I came out there and say, I called my wife and said, I love you more. She was confused. Or did he talk about enemy? So your importance, I remember somebody says, Angel, you are in the prophetic, you lead this prophetic meeting, prophetic revolution, and everyone, you are the godfather of the prophetic, you are emeritus. How do you kneel down before Pastor Chris? Now, hear this now. And somebody say, oh, that shows you are so humble. Let me tell you something. If you know the Spirit, you would know I'm not kneeling down before Pastor Chris because Pastor Chris, because I'm angel and I'm being humble. No. I'm practicing my level.
Come on, sir. Yeah, that's big.
No, they didn't get it. I'm kneeling down because that's my level.
Come on, sir.
Wow. I don't know if you understand that.
Yes, sir.
Does it mean to say I'm not valuable before God? I am valuable, the same value with my mentor. But the importance now, there is something he has done. Graces that he has walked in that show he has got a certain level of grace that I haven't attained yet. Oh, you are so sharp in prophecy. Prophecy is one thing. Then there is a certain life that you look at and say, I remember the first day I met Pastor Chris, and my wife was in UK, and I remember coming out and saying, how was it? How was it? I said, I met a Christian. She said, but you've been meeting Christians around the world. What do you mean by Christian? I said, a real Christian this time. Oh, yes. There was in those few minutes, 20, 30 minutes, 1 hour, I don't remember. Those few minutes that we met and said and discussed, there was no, I came up with one thing. Thank you so much. Shine works. It's something you just grab and say, something is on this man that I need. It's a level. But you will never be able, because I've filled up stadiums. I've done my healing sessions. I've prophesied countries, nations. I'm not here to fill up stadiums. But guess what? One time I'm like this. I'm looking at this man. He's talking. And there are things that I would say and then see his reaction and measure spiritually what's happening. And I came out there and say, I called my wife and said, I love you more. She was confused. Oh, did he talk about any marriage? No. Did he talk about our marriage? No. So what's happening? So I just found myself in there, loving you more.
Come on, sir.
And I found myself loving Christ more. And I just think, because I never thought there was going to be another level of loving him more that I hadn't attained until I met somebody who had gotten deeper into it. That's when I said, no. Something is happening here that is not happening in me. And it was mainly in me. So I saw the difference in levels immediately. Is the value the same? Yeah, we were all bought by the same blood. Mine was not, yours was not redder than mine, or mine redder than yours. Same one. All right? But when it comes to importance, there are some people who inserted themselves and grabbed the heartbeat of God and the pulse of God, so that everywhere where it beats, they go. They feel everything. Do you understand? And when that happens, I pray that you get the same thing that I got when I discovered spiritually that there are some men who have something that you don't have. Amen. That's why Paul says you are partakers of my grace. Hey! You know, Paul says you are signonos of my grace. In other words, you have your own grace, but the one you are operating with now. See, to the extent that the people were saying of Paul, these are his words. What's this? He said, my God shall supply your needs. What about my own God? So the revelation of God you have is not as deep as mine. So mine is supplying your need, not mine. Mine I'm sorted. Paul says I'm content in. Watch this. He did not say with every situation. He said in every situation I'm content. Look at the word content and look at the word in. I am content in every situation. In other words, wherever you put him, if you put him in Kandahar, in the desert, he is content. Not content because he's like, as long as there's no water. No, he will get water somehow. But the children of Israel were following Moses. I know you are still waiting why some are called. I'm talking. The children of Israel were in the desert looking for one thing. Water and meat.
Right.
They were too used to manna today. Manna is just too much carbohydrates. Now they wanted protein.
Right.
The tent of the prophet was just a few meters away from the crowds, from the multitudes.
Yes.
They went there. No, they didn't get to because there was the presence, the glory would come and envelop Moses' tent. And many times, they would just every day. Now, they stood there and complained to Moses. Give us meat. Why would they ask one guy to give them meat? That means they had a certain understanding that we are the only ones eating manna. This guy is eating meat. No, they didn't get it. He had a certain level of food. Kalizo ontragis. He had a certain level, so he could eat meat. They knew what is happening in that tent. When we're collecting manna, we don't see him. So they knew who to tell we want meat.
Come on, sir.
Live on YouTube, sir. Live on YouTube.
Thank you, the Andres Center, sir.
Live on YouTube, Tabalonde says, how can we now all be equal when God would speak to Moses in a different way?
Exactly. Not only that, Miriam was a prophet. Aaron was a prophet. And you know, I can go on and on with scriptures to show that. If for those who think Aaron was not a prophet, just check the Bible, okay? There's a time where God says, Moses, you shall be a God, and Aaron, you shall be a prophet unto Moses.
Come on.
Now, watch this now. So, they complain about Moses marrying a black man, a black lady. As you say, once you go black, you never come back. All right. So, he married a black lady, and he goes to his white sister and tells him, your in-law is here, my wife. And she's like, is God talking to you alone? And God got angry and came down and began to speak to Aaron and Miriam for speaking again as Moses' black wife.
No.
Racism didn't start now.
Way back.
It was there way back. And watch this. God came down and said, how dare you speak to my servant Moses in this way? Moses that I speak to face to face.
Alright, my dearest family, there you have it. I just thought to, share that with you. And I believe you are blessed by those thoughts shared by the man of God, Prophet Uebert. Like I said in the beginning of the video, I can't imagine Pastor Chris's birthday and the man of God, Prophet Uebert is not there. Alright, but I'm always sure it's going to be there because this is his son. Okay, so let's know in the comment section, and don't stop wishing the man of God, Pastor Chris, a happy birthday. I've been blessed. Oh, a lot of things to say. I'm just, being reserved here. I'll see you guys in my next video. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe, guys.